Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBrownie blames usually wields a lot of power wherever he goes. After joining the Lakers, he seemingly quickly took a strong hold of the organization. The team has made many moves in order to please its biggest star. The power James currently has within the Lakers organization is apparently larger than the power that Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant ever had, according to a recent report. But for as important as Bryant was to the Lakers, sources inside the organizations have long said that not even the legendary Black Mamba wielded as much power within the organization as James now has, wrote Bill Oram of The Athletic. Bryant was never able to strong arm the Lakers to make a move like the one James helped orchestrate for Russell Westbrook, which has proven to be an outright disaster. This is certainly interesting to read. After all, Bryant played all 20 of his NBA seasons with the Lakers and left a huge mark on the organization. Bryant accumulated 18 All-Star selections, 5 NBA titles, 2 NBA Finals MVPs, and 1 regular season MVP award throughout his career. He is arguably one of the best players in the league history. Although James is considered by many to be a better player than Bryant, which is a lie and delusion. I don't know what the hell people watch. He has spent less time with the Lakers. James is currently in his 4th season with LA after joining them back in 2018. During his time with the Lakers, the 37-year-old has averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game, while shooting 51% from the floor and 35% from beyond the arc. The 4-time MVP led the Lakers to an NBA title in his 2nd season with the team, which is considered the Bubblicious chip. Things aren't going well for the Lakers right now. They currently have a 27-31 record, which is only good enough for the number 9 seed in the Western Conference. On top of that, it seems like there might be a chance that James leaves the franchise in the future. One can only imagine what the rest of the season has in store for the Lakers, but they're surely hoping that they can get things back on track and secure a spot in this year's postseason. So, this is the thing. Everybody knows that I do not like LeBrownies at all. I really don't. I've never liked him on the court as a basketball player. As a person off the court, I really don't care about an athlete off the court because I don't look up to athletes as far as business or anything, or I don't look up to them as idols or anything. To me, that's idolatry, and the people I look up to is my father, my late father, God rest his soul, my sister, and my mother. I look up to all of those. I look up to those 3 people. Look up to my Uncle Leon, my Uncle Ken, my Uncle Charmy, Uncle Arthur, God rest their souls. My Uncle Charmy and Uncle Arthur, God rest their souls. My thing is with LeBrownies is he gets a pass from his fans and from the media and from all experts. How are you better than Kobe Bryant? Oh, well, they'll say his MVPs and his numbers. He's always had numbers. LeBron James, as far as offensively, he's never had a problem accumulating his numbers. The game is different now. The lanes are open. There's no really big men anymore. And then there's no more defensive players. The defensive, to me, strategy has been terrible. The defense fundamentals, to me, are an F in the league, personally. And to me, my problem with LeBrownies is he's lost 6 times, won 3, and won 1 tournament. which was the bubble chip. That's a tournament, so he's 3-6-1. So please stop arguing with me talking about he's 4. No, he's not. He is 3-6-1. That was a tournament. That was not a real basketball situation or situational basketball. That was a tournament inside a bubble where it's a quick turnaround to play a game. So whoever would have won, him, and we said it before the playoffs started, whoever wins, we basically do not crown them because it's a tournament. So my honest opinion is, my problem with him is you always blame everybody for your shortcomings. He put this team together. Everywhere he's played, he's put the team together or he's had input. In Cleveland the first go around, he had power. Miami, Pat didn't give him power. Went back to Cleveland, got power. Only won one championship out of the 4 seasons he was there. Same thing in LA. He's only had a tournament chip out of 3 years. Now, the pandemic kind of stopped everything. So, and then not only that, the young players he was playing with, he sucks with them. He doesn't know how to make players better. This notion that I've heard, he makes players better, he makes this better. Who has he made better? And I ask this all the time. And he's had more power everywhere he's gone, and especially in the league, than Kobe Bryant ever had. Kobe's never had this much power, and Kobe still posted 5 wins and 7 finals appearances. They even gave Shaq more help than they ever gave Kobe. They only gave Kobe Pau Gasol and told you, look, that's all you getting. And then an old Ron Artest, that's all you get. You not, and Derek Fisher is your point guard. Are you kidding me? This man LeBrownies has had teams on teams in Miami, Bosh, Wade, Chalmers, Cole, Miller. Ilgauskas came from Cleveland to play with him. Even in Cleveland, the back-to-back 60-win seasons, he had a good team. Even a team that went to the finals, he had a good team. But everybody's notion is because they didn't know the names on the team because they don't know basketball or watch it, they basically called that team full of scrubs because that's what the media tells you. And then people love to overglorify the teams Kobe played for, which I'm like, those teams are trash. Kobe led in assists, led in steals, I believe, and led in points. The only thing Pau Gasol led in was, I think, blocks and rebounds. That was it. Kobe D'd up the best player all night. Doesn't get credit for that. 12-time all defensive team, 9 first team, tied for that in history with KG, Michael Jordan, and Gary Payton. But he doesn't get any love, that doesn't matter. People are like, well, that's okay, but, he didn't win any awards. Awards don't mean nothing. I would rather go with a guy with the team success over the award. Michael Jordan doesn't lead in any statistical categories. The only thing Michael Jordan ever led in is that he's undefeated in the finals. That's it. And he probably has probably the best record, probably has beaten the most Hall of Famers in history. Kobe Bryant has beaten the most 50-plus win teams in history. Shaquille O'Neal's best seasons were with Kobe Bryant. Not with Penny, not with D. Wade. But let everybody else tell you about this guy. He's had more power with the Lakers. The Lakers wanted to choke him, and they wanted to get Buddy Hield. They went after Russell Westbrook, which was the dumbest thing ever. And it's just the same thing with this guy. It's always a new narrative. All these fans are. I told these fans in the group that y'all idiots. If y'all judge things off of accolades, why? That doesn't mean anything. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won, I think, what, 6 MVPs when the MVP actually counted. The players voted, and then they changed it, I think, in 1979 or 1980, so the media can make people their own MVP. That's when the MVP didn't mean nothing after that. The Defensive Player of the Year's awards, people say, well, coaches were voting for it. Yeah, but which coaches? Like, you don't know if the media paid those coaches off. That's why I go with the players. The players have the better insight in knowing who is a great player and who's not. This is why I don't listen to fans or the media. Most players have said Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron. The only people who say LeBron is better, I think, is Oscar Robertson and Isaiah Thomas, because those guys have a meeting, they have a deal with him, or they have something going on outside of basketball with them. Isaiah Thomas just doing it to troll Michael Jordan, because he just loved to troll Michael Jordan. And he just look at Kobe as another Mike. Oscar Robertson really, he sees Kobe as another Mike, so he would always pick Mike and never would consider Kobe. But that's no disrespect to those two legends. Those are their opinions. I agree. But the majority, Bird, Michael, Hakeem Olajuwon, other guys have chosen Kobe over LeBron. Larry Bird said it best. If I want to have fun, I play with LeBron. If I want to win, I'm going to play with Kobe. Kobe didn't go out there worried about his damn numbers. Kobe didn't have the power to say, I want the. He had to forcibly say, I will leave and go somewhere else. I'll go to the Clippers or somewhere else if you guys do not get me another star player, another solid player here. He had to beg to get Pau Gasol. It was like, damn. Shaq could ask to get this. Shaq could ask to get Gary and Karl Malone, but damn, Kobe asked for Pau Gasol's a problem because the NBA was blocking that. The NBA did not want Kobe to ever come back at all. And it's just sickening how Kobe Bryant continues getting dragged through the mud and LeBrownies gets all this power. Let's look at LeBron. LeBrownies has an under 500 record, I believe, against teams over 500. I mean, over teams over 50 plus wins. Or did that get better? Well, that got better after 2010 because he was able to team up with superstars. So that probably got better. But overall, LeBron James has had the most power, has been able to pull the moves. Now he's trying to blame Rob Pelinka because he's not doing his job. Listen, if LeBron make people better, why does he need to trade to get other players? Why does he always need a trade? Why does he always need somebody? Why does he always need help? That's why I told you LeBron James is the Lois Lane of basketball. He's Lois Lane. He always is a damsel in distress. He's Mary Jane. He's Gwen Stacy. He is. He's had more power than anybody to make the moves he wanted to make, and he still fails. And you guys give him a pass. And I just sit there laughing like, man, these guys are idiots. And I say that. The public, the media, everyone is idiots. This guy is not number two of all time. He's not a tier one player. He has tier one talent, but he's a tier three player. So overall, I would say he's a tier two because that's what he is. I see he's a tier three player. Excuse me. He's an overall tier three player, tier one talent, tier three player. Kobe Bryant came in the league with tier three talent and turned that into being a tier one player. That is something impressive. He wasn't given the keys. He wasn't getting the buzz. He didn't get the keys coming in like LeBron James. He didn't get the buzz coming in like a Michael Jordan. He came from the bench to a start to a six man to a star player and then to a superstar and probably the greatest or one of the greatest to ever play the game. Kobe was not my favorite player growing up. My guys were Latrell Sprewell, Allen Iverson, Dennis Rodman, Akeem Olajuwon, and Charles Barkley. As time grew, I replaced a couple of those guys with Duncan and Kobe. Duncan and Kobe is in my top five. If I had to choose a five, I'm choosing AI, Kobe, Duncan, Rodman, and Hakeem Olajuwon. And I believe I could beat anybody with that five. Personally, you know, no disrespect or nothing to the others, but to me, you got all this power to pick a team, and you still losing. You're under 500 in the finals, and he's lost the most games in finals history. He's lost the most. So, like I said, do I see him leaving? I mean, his wife posted Akron on her page, which means is that LeBron is trying to throw the idea out there, I'm going to Cleveland. Nobody cares if you go or not. People are tired of you. People have grown so tired of you. They're ready for you to leave. There's people who be wishing stuff on him so he can just leave the game. And that's sad because I don't wish nothing bad on him or his family or nothing. But there's people out there who wish bad on him so he stopped playing because he's ruined the game. Basketball is trash now. Everybody trying to say, man, well, KD did this, KD did that because LeBron did it. KD saw these guys stacking teams, building teams over here. He's with an organization who has a bum named Sam Presti and a bum of an owner who don't want to go over the luxury tax to help Kevin Durant win. But everybody else will do it for LeBron James. Everybody go over the luxury tax for LeBron. But no, we can't do that for KD though. If KD was allowed to have the players that LeBron has picked, KD would have been won like 4 or 5 championships. But he didn't have that luxury. So Kobe Bryant, if he could have picked, if he could have had if he could have got the players that he wanted or the management was allowed to get for him and the league wasn't blocking it, Kobe would have had 7 or 8 championships. Period. That Chris Paul trade really hurt them, but if they'd got that Chris Paul trade, they would have went to 3 more finals and probably would have won probably 1 or 2. I don't see Kobe really losing but 1, if that. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, man, you guys can donate to the page by going to my description box, hitting the Cash App link. You could donate $1, donate $1 million, whatever you're willing to give, we accept. And when we have a premiere video, when the video is premiering, or when it's alive, you guys can super chat too. The super chat works. And also, if you guys aren't getting your notifications, please complain to YouTube. But before you do, check and see if that notification bell is to select all. Make sure you're subscribed before you guys complain about it. So if it is, then complain because they'll try to use that against you. Thank you guys, man. Love, blessings, and you guys have a great day. We out. Deezy.